A very good evening and a warm welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight on this 12th day of December 2024. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. We start off with our first story this evening. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has expressed concern over the ongoing issue of compensation for properties and lives lost during raids carried out by the Karamojongs in both Sebei and Bugisu regions. He indicated that he would invite his cabinet to focus on this matter. The president held a media session with journalists from the Sebei sub-region at the State Lodge in Kapchora, marking the conclusion of his three-day wealth creation visit to the area.
Tribal conflicts. I was not aware that there were tribal conflicts within Sebei, but you, the press, you should be able to tell all that sectarianism is ujinga.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni late evening had a chat at Kapchora State Lodge with the media fraternity from this area.
So if I get somebody telling me about tribes, we Banyankwere, we this one, straight away I tell him, Satan Vako, Satan go away, useless. Therefore, I see, if you talk of tribes, you are just a parasite. You should tell them.
Asked about what the future looks like for those who ignore his wealth creation message, Museveni softly responded.
We need to the Waganda have a saying, Adingana maolo gajamo mukuto, that if you eat food which is cold, but you eat it repeatedly, you will get satisfied. So me, I believe in keep trying, keep trying. There are those who will fail, but there are those who will succeed. And in the end, we shall succeed if our message is correct.
Sebei sub-region media fraternity also sought for the head of state's attention on the continued raids by Karamojongs in the area.
Neighbors from Karamoja are still disturbing people. Well, I wasn't aware about. I thought raiding had stopped.
And this was another question from the Fourth Estate.
And why wasn't Sebei not compensated? A very good question. Sebei must be on the list of compensation. I totally agree, because I know the story. It is because the other people make a lot of noise. You know, sometimes in Uganda, the one who makes noise is the one they attend to. But I totally agree that Sebei deserves compensation. Even in Bugisu, Bunambutie, those rural areas were being disturbed at one time. I totally agree with you.
With evidence, government is willing to support PDM beneficiaries who lost their enterprise to the wildlife.
Yes, recovering PDM money from people who have clashed with the UA. If there is proof that what they had planted was destroyed by a government agency, then that will be taken into account. We shall see how to support them.
During the one-hour media engagement, Museveni reiterated that now with the return of peace and stability in Sebei, the only reward he can accord to the area, which has raised the country's flag high, mainly in the sports sector, is development and wealth creation.
Runners from Sebei, how will I reward Sebei? I'm already rewarding them. Good roads. The biggest reward I want to give anybody is chasing poverty.
Robert Nyangu, UBC News.
Paying them well, our own people, UBC, to pay them well. Then
President Yoweri Museveni has directed State House and the police to intervene and arrest individuals implicated in the extortion of funds from the 1 million shillings intended to directly benefit beneficiaries under the Parish Development Model Program. The directive was issued during a public address at a gathering held at Binyinyi Primary School grounds in Kwen District, marking the final day of the President's visit to the Sebei sub-region.
President Museveni has been on the final day of the 3 days presidential welfare creation visit to Sebei sub-region. At this rally convened in Kwen District, the sub-region endorsed President Museveni for the 2026 general elections.
To endorse you as our sole candidate for 2026,
I stand to endorse your sole candidature.
May those in favor of the endorsement of His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni to contest in 2026 say aye, to the contrary no. I want to hear a loud aye. Aye.
Present were national, regional and lower leaders who were flanked by religious and cultural leaders.
you have ensured that PDM reaches the parish, which is a very good strategy.
I want to congratulate you upon finishing the tour in Sebei.
We thank you for coming to Kapchorwa, to Sebei, to this region, to preach Bonaba Gagawale.
Museveni's poverty alleviation gospel is on point and constant.
in the meantime, we want every homestead to get involved in money making. That's why we have sent money to every parish.
And according to the president, this has been his message since 1996.
The wealth is mine, the poverty is yours.
However, the variations in the amount received by the PDM beneficiaries is one matter which has caught the president's attention.
Who can tell me who is stealing the money? There's somebody there.
To my surprise, when you get a big 500,000, 600,000.
Who gave you that?
The Sako.
The circle.
Sako. Yes. The Sako leaders.
I am going to arrest them and go with them.
At the end, Museveni was tempted to direct State House and CID to step in and bring to book whoever will be implicated in the extortion of PDM funds.
Susan, you just write the name and the telephone. Write the name and the telephone. You are going to follow up later. This is a CID case. We are going to go for them.
This move has been widely endorsed by a section of leaders, including ministers.
People who are involved in clearing the process should not get any kickback from this, the local people. And these local people who have come out to testify that they have taken money from them, from this Sebei sub-region, they will be subjected to investigations. And if they are found to be true, then definitely they will be taken to court. It will be a criminal offense because you don't take money, you don't take bribes, you don't cut someone's money because it's something that we cannot condone within the PDM.
Some of them are getting, instead of the 1 million under PDM, some may be getting close to 800, 600, even less. Now, obviously, this is not right. And that's why the president has directed the head of police in his State House arrangement, and the CID to quickly swing into action. They will be brought before the book, and this is the correct direction, because these are poor people.
This public gathering ended by receiving a section of converse from the Forum for Democratic Change FDC members. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Thank you, Robert Onyango. Now, Prime Minister Robin Anabanja is in Mbale to address the relocation of people affected by the recent landslides in Bulambuli district. The Prime Minister began her visit by meeting with leaders from various districts to identify suitable relocation sites for the displaced individuals.
The Prime Minister Robin Anabanja, who is also Kakumiro Woman Member of Parliament, spent part of the day in Bududa district in eastern Uganda, part of the landslide-prone areas. Before she embarked on her journey to climb the hills and slopes of Mountain Elgon, Nabanja began by meeting district leaders to brief them about President Museveni's message of relocating the people in the region.
All those people in dangerous enclaves of Mount Elgon and Mount Rwenzori must relocate. The word is must. It's not should. And you know the meaning of must. And once the president says that, it's a law.
The Prime Minister issued a 2-week ultimatum to all the people living in landslide-prone areas of Mount Elgon to vacate, or else government forcefully evicts them.
So the president directed me to come here. And you know Majegere? Do you know how I do my things? Now it's a must. People must relocate by January. How many weeks are these? So within 2 weeks, the government has given us 50 billion.
The Prime Minister was taken to the areas which developed a huge crack, but there are some people still on the hills close to the areas, waiting until government compensates them. According to the local leaders, the crack covers over 70 kilometers, stretching to Kapchorwa district.
No, the crack is here.
It's here. Just starting from here. But it's the one which is this one.
Yeah.
Look like this.
Which one?
It starts from here to goes down.
Where you are, we are on the crack.
The place where we are starting.
It is coming to you.
No.
We are on the crack now.
There's another. There's a home here. A home is here.
This is the crack. This is the one that stretches up to Kapchorwa.
This is the major one
that started.
And we are going to climb down up.
Bamwite tugenda kubawa milioni 10 baveewo. Oba ofunye milioni 10 ng'oziganye era ojja kuvaawo.
You can see that house. You can see that house.
Where? There's the upper one.
Upper one.
Is that where we are going?
No.
Eyo sijja kutuukayo. Oyo nja kulagira bulagizi bamugyeyo. But that's what should live here.
Absolutely.
Olaba otya ku kya gavumenti okubagamba abantu bave wano. Okiraba otya?
Honorable Chajala kirungi okutwala abantu bano okuwangula naye abalala
katuyinza kuba olaba landslide iri kugaringa wantawo kati olina okutya n'ogamba kiki kigenda omumaasawo kati n'otya n'ogamba enkuba lwaki enkuba ekubye ennyo.
Flowed from the stream here and it has been going and it is continuous. So when you go up here, you will view it better than we are here. And the crack of this one.
Why did somebody go up there?
That's his residence mine for years. For years.
How does he climb there?
Like we are climbing now.
How did he construct that house? How did he take the materials?
They can from up there. Most of them. That's a permanent.
You know, we have even a school up there.
For government.
For government.
How did we construct it?
Until when you go there, you will see that we have really.
Can a vehicle reach there?
No, we park it
on the head.
Yes.
And they have to reach. Right, this is my constituency. Whenever I talk in the parliament that this hard reach area, this is people say, but and another one.
The NRM government that was given a mandate by the people of Uganda, including Bududa, we are saying we don't want to lose any more life. Enough is enough. So I want today to commission the team that is going to look after the relocation exercise. One is the office of the Prime Minister, headed by Ogwang, Jimmy Ogwang, together with the NECOCO officer, is called the General Brigadier Akiki Rugadia.
President Yoweri Museveni is currently touring Sebei region, part of Mount Elgon, affected by the landslides. Museveni is expected to begin Bugisu sub-region tours on his ongoing PDM agriculture campaign to farmers.
The Uganda Muslim Supreme Council has marked 50 years of unity, leadership and service to Muslims across Uganda since 1972. The organization, originally formed to unite various Muslim sects in the country, took time during the celebration to reflect on its achievements. Leaders, women, youth and district Qadis reaffirmed their commitment to its mission.
52 years ago, the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council was established with the goal of uniting Muslims from diverse regions and groups, an event that has been commemorated at the National Mosque this Thursday. Under the leadership of Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubajje, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council has made great strides in promoting education within the Muslim community.
Here MS50, we've managed to receive a very strong bond between Uganda Muslim Supreme Council and the international knowledgeable fiqh, which based in Jeddah.
Sheikh Elias Chigozi, the district card of Wakiso, highlighted the increased number of scholars and educational initiatives aimed at empowering Muslims across the country.
It's a lot have been achieved. Among those, our Muslim educator, it's one of the best Muslim educator in East Africa. Not only that, the conference we had today, which has combined a big number of muftis and the knowledgeable people from all the from all the African continent.
Abibu Mustaf, the national youth leader, commended the opportunities given to younger Muslims for engagement in leadership.
So Uganda Muslim Council has what to celebrate because the young people are here. We make the bigger percentage of the country. We are 14% of the country. That is 75% of the Muslim youth in Uganda. So we have what to celebrate. We are aiming, as we're celebrating the 50 years, we're aiming at empowering the Muslim youth and bringing together, uniting all the Muslim youth in Uganda so that we can cooperate ourselves in one umbrella as the Muslims of Uganda.
Youth involvement, which had been limited in previous generations, has grown significantly, allowing younger Muslims to actively contribute the growth of the community.
His Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, for giving the youth the opportunity to serve also in serving as Muslim leaders. Previously, it were only old people to serve in this respect, these positions. But this time around, even the youth, we can be a part of it, and Alhamdulillah, we've managed to contribute on our deen.
Ajat Sophie Safina Kenyanji, the national women's leader, emphasized the greater inclusion of women in leadership roles within the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council.
I lead the women, and so far my leadership has brought women on board. We have put circles, we have capacity building for the women. We have lobbied for the women. Recently we had a function that inaugurated the Women Council, and the guest of honor was His Excellency the President of Uganda. We thank him so much.
The Mufti Sheikh Mubajje acknowledged the progress made in strengthening ties between Muslims and other faiths, which has been crucial for promoting a peaceful and cooperative society.
The Forum for Muslim Councils was founded on grounds that we as Africans who are heading institutions of the Muslim faithfuls have a duty before Allah that we need to come together.
At the 50th anniversary celebrations, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council hosted over 30 muftis from various countries. This event led to the formation of the East African Muslim Council, designed to enhance collaborations among Muslims in the region. Sheikh Mubajje expressed optimism about the Council's role in fostering unity and addressing common challenges.
Also by the chairman of forming the parole board of the Federation of the East African Muslim Councils. It's a good idea. He has given the whole concept and the objectives.
Leaders expressed their gratitude to President IUIU Museveni for his support to the Muslim community and to Sheikh Mubajje for providing platforms that have allowed the youth and women to excel in leadership positions.
We thank His Excellency, the President of Uganda, for supporting the Muslims. It has been a lot, whereby you are seeing now the discards, they are riding, they are driving the cars. It has eased their work and made the work very easy.
Robert Katamba and Jemil Sekaja.
The civil society has called upon government to strengthen awareness on the spread and prevention of Mpox as cases continue to surge, especially in Kampala. Led by the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Uganda Cares, the civil society organizations have also called on the developed countries to ensure equitable access to Mpox vaccines by the African countries. We have the details.
3 countries that include Uganda, Burundi and DRC are seeing a sustained increase in Mpox cases. Led by the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Uganda Cares, the civil society organizations want government to strengthen response in terms of resource allocation and increase awareness about Mpox.
The country is expecting 10,000 vaccine doses to protect 5,000 high-risk individuals, but these are yet to arrive. This delay in Africa's access to vaccines, life-saving commodities, is unacceptable, especially in light of recent surge in Mpox cases.
We still have, need to engage with the community in terms of sharing information. I think we have not done enough in terms of reaching out to the communities, because they are still faced with high stigma. They are still faced with fear, but also issues that have been raised in regards to closures where they keep these people who have been affected by the pandemics. They're still lacking. We have been informed about health facilities being unable to respond because they have not been well equipped. All these things are related to how prepared we are.
Another area of concern by the civil society is the continuous importation of medicines.
Universities, the institutions, the labs to build on these threats and enhance research and development. With that, we can have we can come up with findings that that can inform medications, that can inform therapeutics that we need. Vaccine equity is very key. Medicine equity is very key for such issues. So, as we build and look towards having Africa enhance its local production, these are some of the things we need to look into, and these are the voices that we need to all to act together.
And we are relying more on donations. It brings about a much worry in regards to how we have been positioned as Africa, but mainly because we are also importing more of these vaccines and having to manufacture only 1%. And this 1% of local vaccine manufacturing that we do cannot literally cover for our own, supporting our own needs.
On 14th August 2024, the World Health Organization declared Mpox a public health emergency of international concern after the African Center for Disease Control declared it a public health emergency of continental security. Maureen Babidie, Adia Nakuti for UBC News.
State Minister for Gender, Labour, Culture and Social Development, Dr. Peace Mutuzo, has called on stakeholders to prioritize the improvement of human capital development in order to enhance the quality of personnel and the services they provide.
State Minister for Gender, Labour, Culture and Social Development, Dr. Peace Mutuzo, has emphasized the importance of building strong adult education systems.
Do not allow women to own land.
She was speaking at the inaugural East African Conference on Recognition of Prior Learning. The conference, organized in partnership with DVV International, highlighted lifelong learning as a fundamental right for all people globally.
We have policies of an integrated early childhood development policy. We have universal primary education policy. We have universal secondary education policy. We have adult literacy policy and the community development policy. We also have other government programs in place that implement such policies, and we have made considerable impact on the population, and therefore we must recognize and unite, put our efforts together for the synergies so far built to benefit our national and regional human capital.
According to Mutuzo, having quality qualifications, tools and skills is crucial for creating an empowered workforce that can drive socio-economic development.
So I applaud DVVD International through the Uganda Country Office for the support of the pilot program that we have had for in the 4 districts, Namayingo, Iganga, Iji and Moya. Today we have added on Metiana and Lukunjiri, and we are now going to roll on. So the step you took to pilot was good for us to draw lessons, appreciate the program. Now that we are integrating it into our government programs, we are able now to roll on our own other 100 districts in addition to the 6.
But we have seen the demand is too high for this program because it is a hands-on program. In come 2025-26, like I have said, we will have to cover almost the entire country through renovating existing centers. We renovate them, those centers which used to be at the sub-county level, we renovate them, we equip them so that there is integrated service delivery in more than 100 districts.
To improve the quality of human resources and the services they deliver, stakeholders are advocating for a focus on developing comprehensive adult education systems.
So for Uganda, it is about developing a national qualification framework where you integrate recognition of prior learning as a key element, and also that ensures the recognition of learning, but also pathways between different forms of learning and so on.
The event brought together key stakeholders to discuss strategies for strengthening education systems that cater for adults, ensuring inclusivity and better recognition of their existing skills and experiences. Sulaka Gugube compiled this story.
The Ministry of Health has been urged to continue strengthening the health system, leveraging partnerships and addressing gaps within the health sector. The Minister for General Duties, Justin Kasule Lumumba, was officiating the launch of the National Action Plan for Health Security for the financial years 2025 to 2029, held at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Kasule represented Prime Minister Robina Nabanja at the event.
Minister Justin Kasule Lumumba commended the Ministry of Health and the Government of Uganda for strengthening the health security system.
This launch not only marks the beginning of an ambitious health security agenda, but also reaffirms our collective commitment to safeguarding the health and well-being of all Ugandans, which envisions a healthy population as key to achieving sustainable development.
She encouraged the public to recognize that health security is a collective responsibility that involves everyone.
As we embark on the journey of NEPHIS 2, we must remember the health security is not just a government responsibility. It is collective effort that involves every sector of society.
Minister for Internal Affairs Major General Jim Muhwezi urged the National Action Plan for Health Security members to build on the lessons learned from previous outbreaks and continue strengthening the health system.
And I had wanted to use the term which the WHO representative used. I had jotted down that this is the first line of defense against health threats. Prevent, detect, and respond.
Daniel Chabayinze highlighted that the National Action Plan for Health Security will focus on enhancing sector collaboration, ensuring all stakeholders work together to address health threats.
The mission is to strengthen Uganda's health security capacity and community resilience against public health threats in compliance with international health regulations 2005.
Nabasavaira, Joseph Muyingo, UBC News.
The Deputy Police Commander of Kampala Metropolitan, Richard Ochega, has emphasized the importance of collaboration with the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board to ensure the gaming sector operates legally and responsibly. This was at a stakeholder engagement organized by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, which brought together key enforcement officials, including DPCs and Division CID officers from the Kampala metropolitan area. The event aimed to raise awareness and strengthen enforcement against illegal gaming operations.
Uganda's growing betting industry is facing concerns related to regulation lapses, underage gaming, and the rise of online betting, which is difficult to control. Despite the presence of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, many betting companies continue to flout regulations. Underage gaming is widespread, particularly among teenagers, and poses risks to their mental health.
There are those that are illegal. There are many, especially those that are not branded. In your jurisdictions, look at those betting shops that don't have any branding. That's one sign of an illegal company.
Studies show a link between gambling and increased rates of stress, depression, and suicidal thoughts, especially among young men. The National Lottery and Gaming Regulatory Board, in collaboration with the Uganda Police Force, is committed to addressing the harmful effects of gambling in society, especially among vulnerable groups.
Here you find someone manufacturing, assembling those boxes in blue for the machines. Please immediately arrest.
Discussions focused on raising awareness about gaming regulations in Uganda and the need for stronger enforcement to curb illegal operations that could harm the public. The CEO of the board reiterated its commitment to ensuring the gaming industry is both entertaining and protective of public welfare.
Gaming is addictive and can be psychologically harmful. So part of our efforts is to ensure that we create awareness around this gaming industry.
Educate the community about the risks of gaming, especially as we know that gaming is addictive and it is a game of chance.
Under Section 5 of the Lotteries and Gaming Act, Cap 334, the board is authorized to seize and confiscate unlicensed gaming equipment. The engagement also addressed the board's mandate outlined in the Lotteries and Gaming Act of 2016 to protect citizens from the negative impacts of gaming.
Who bet online, we are the biggest gamblers that are there. These people we see in these shops are just 7%, so that's the reason we need to engage and ensure that everyone becomes a responsible gaming ambassador.
We are building our capacity in cybercrime. such that we are able to detect and prevent all the crimes that are committed online.
Put a kind of operational environmental regime which does not encourage idlers.
A 2023 study by the board revealed concerning statistics. Of the 1,739 people surveyed in 14 districts, 99 were men and 58 were under 30. Nearly half the gamblers reported poor mental health, including stress, anxiety, and depression. Justine Nakami, Faith Cayenne for UBC.
There is only one rule you must follow in order to be a winner. Number 1, defeat the undefeatable. You, step forward. I want you to box the air until it falls down. I'm not seeing it falling in. You see it falling in. Box, harder. Winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mold Technologies, your professional research firm.
This is so much smoke. How you doing? My friends told me about an affordable solution. They're called Greenergy Biostove. Very clean and very safe. Let me call them right away. Go, 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 go.
Wow, can you believe these things are in just 45 minutes?
Greenergy ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Amazina ganje Nyetekwa Seruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri ryo muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Rotary nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message eriko mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo nebiya bafere sente ziriyo zona bakaziteka ngo nazihangwire.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back from that break. Now in more news this evening, leaders of the Pentecostal Assemblies of God have called on men and women in leadership positions to use their authority wisely, emphasizing their covenant with God. Now during a leadership summit held at Migade in Wakiso District, the presiding bishop, Dr. Simon Peter Emiao, urged pastors and bishops to lead exemplary lives within their communities. He highlighted that such leadership can positively shape the areas where they live and serve.
Bishop Simon Peter emphasized the importance of using church funds to benefit communities, suggesting this as a practical solution to improve household incomes.
Yeah, the prosperity of every one of us is based on the resources that God has given us. There is no poor man in the world, every man is rich. We only differ in degrees of the levels of our wealth. Each one of us is commanded and mandated by God to use that wealth accordingly. One day I was thirsty and I was driving from Karamoja. I got to Kumi and I didn't even have a coin in my pocket, but a woman pulled out from someone and gave me a bottle of water. That was only 500 shillings. That's great treasure of sharing what you have. And so, but it's faithfulness towards serving others. So everything we have in here, whether it's business, whether it's what, it's all geared not just for me, but also to serve others. 90% of the resources we get are really meant for others. 10% is meant for you, and it's enough.
The General Secretary, Reverend Bishop Dr. Onaga Jackie Franco, highlighted the church's role in social development services. He noted that efforts in supporting marginalized communities, particularly the Ik people in Karamoja. Dr. Onaga praised the resilience of Ik people, acknowledging their determination to feed themselves despite challenges.
Many things have happened which have not enabled us to achieve that target. But the reminder that that's where we started is a good thing for the people to say we must keep going. And also we wanted to remind people our basics. Because if we lose our basics, then we cannot do what we are doing today. And so that's why today we are gathered here, but more so to remind ourselves, to reflect back what God has done so that we can focus for the future. Because when we reflect back, we can say, where did we make a mistake? Where did we miss a mark? Like we set goals, but we did not get them. Where did we miss that mark? Then what can we do now so that we can be able to achieve what we want to achieve? And here today, we have
The summit emphasized the need for transparency, community-oriented initiatives, and exemplary leadership to foster positive change in society. I'm Nafka Farid and Vincent Wamundu.
In a bid to revolutionize learning and research, the Islamic University in Uganda, IUIU, has announced an ambitious project to construct a state-of-the-art mega library at its Kampala campus. The project, valued at over 12 billion shillings, is set to transform the university's academic landscape.
The new library will feature cutting-edge technology, including online databases and collaborative learning spaces. It will provide a serene and conducive environment for students to study, research, and innovate. The announcement was made during the official opening of the university's new female students' hostel, which was attended by His Excellency Hussein Brahim Taha, Secretary General of the Organization of the Islamic Cooperation, OIC.
ثقيلة في موازين حسناتكم وأن ينفع بجهودكم.
I mean, he's saying that his last word is that all this work which are going on in the university, he's very sure there is no any other reason that they are here except that the people who are doing it, they have ikhlas. They are doing whatever they are doing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
According to IUIU's director, Dr. Twaha Kasule, the mega library is a critical part of the university's strategic plan to enhance teaching, learning, and research, catering the growing needs of both students and faculty.
We put up that facility at an estimated cost of about 12 billion shillings, and we we expect to begin it at the beginning of next year, 2025. And our real call is to our supporters, to our donors, to our partners to help us, because raising 12 billion in fees surpluses is a very difficult thing.
IUIU's rector, Professor Ismail Jagenda, emphasized the importance of teaching sciences at the university, stressing that science education is vital for driving innovation, economic growth, and sustainable development.
You are the reason that we have this building, because it is your tuition and fees that you give us that enables us to put up these kinds of facilities. So we need you to bring more students here and pay for them, please.
Uganda's ambassador to Turkey, Nusrati Peru, who also attended the event, commended IUIU's efforts to promote education and innovation. She pledged her support for the mega library project and expressed interest in exploring opportunities for future collaborations.
Uganda is blessed because we host 2 OIC institutions, that is the Islamic University in Uganda and the Islamic Development Bank. So that's an indication that when the OIC are speaking at their level, Uganda is always discussed. And so this university has the capacity to attract students from all over Africa.
Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Director of Inspectorate Research and Analysis at Operation Wealth Creation, Colonel Victor Opera, has urged youth to embrace skill training in all institutions to enable them to create their own jobs. Opera made this statement during the graduation ceremony of the Federation of Uganda Saloons and Beauty Professionals, where he represented the National Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, General Salim Saleh, at Kazo Playground, Kawempe.
In a bid to eradicate poverty in Uganda, the government has introduced several programs, including Emyoga, PDM, and the Director of Industrial Training in schools to help Ugandans acquire skills and access startup capital. The Director of Industrial Training has played a key role in impacting various categories of people by acquiring them with valuable knowledge and skills.
Kano ke katabo awakas pass kiba passes okufuna kakabibwa Ministry of Education and Directorate of Industrial Training.
Through the Federation of Uganda Saloons and the Beauty Professions, over 100 students have graduated in saloon and beauty services. Colonel Victor Opera, the chief guest at the graduation ceremony, emphasized that education and skill acquisition are key to creating opportunities for self-employment. He commended the Federation of Uganda Saloons and the Beauty Professions for introducing this initiative.
So I want first of all to associate myself, first of all to thank you for this effort, and really to be able to say that you have been able to create, to scale up to 50 of our people. This is not a very mean achievement.
Colonel Victor also pledged his full support to the Federation to help them expand their programs.
I want to say, as a representative of Operation Wealth Creation, we shall see how to expand your facilities so that you can be able to do more than this within larger resources.
Dignitaries from various government institutions, including the Ministry of Local Government and Uganda Heads Commission, were also present at the event. In an interview with the administrators of the Federation, they explained the core mission and purpose behind the establishment of this institution. The Federation is currently operating in over 100 districts across Uganda, serving various communities, including refugees. Tanaba Kenneth compiled this report for UBC News.
Caritas Uganda has launched a child care and emergency relief program, a new strategy aimed at caring for needy members of the community. The program will create flexible funding to help easy response to food, education and health needs of orphaned and vulnerable children, the sick, the elderly, and also offer a real-time response to the emergencies that occur in communities.
Our dear Lord Bishop, you must just sign the program and press.
Over 400 vulnerable children, orphan, elderly, are to benefit from the child care and emergency relief program launched by Caritas Uganda. The 5-year program is to cater for families that are in need in terms of education, medical care, shelter, and also offer timely response in times of disasters. The president of Caritas Uganda, and also doubling as the Bishop of Masaka Diocese, noted that the Child Care and Emergency Relief Fund is estimated cost around 20 billion shillings to cater for the different children across the country.
And the idea is to mobilize as many people as possible to contribute to the fund that is looking at the welfare of the younger children, vulnerable and needy children, as we call them, OVC. And these children will be assisted through the structure of the church in Uganda. That means through the 19 Catholic dioceses. The selection will be left to those at the grassroots, but the collection of the fund is mobilized and organized at the top by the National Caritas Office.
Helping others is also an African value. It is not foreign to Africans to help others. Actually, we should be the epitome of helping others. Others should be even just looking at us and doing the same. Even when Jesus was seeking for refuge, he came to Africa. So there is this Zulu proverb. It says, hands wash each other.
Now Caritas Uganda is calling upon all well-wishers and Ugandans with giving heart to donate towards the fund and support the Child Care Relief Fund run that will be scheduled every year in September.
As President of Caritas Uganda, in the Uganda Episcopal Conference, I appeal to you people of goodwill to contribute and contribute generously. By this I mean to contribute and ask as many people as possible to join hand in this initiative. The organizers of this fund, the technocrats at the Catholic Secretariat, Caritas Wing, have advised us that if we got 2 million people in Uganda donating annually 60,000 Uganda shillings, the impact will be big.
The Child Care and Emergency Relief Program is a new strategy aimed at caring for the needy members of the community and also create flexible funding to help ease response in emergency events across the country. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Thank you, Zahara Abigaba. Now in more news this evening, the government has allocated resources for family programs as part of its effort to fight corruption from the grassroots level. This revelation was made by Lubega Bakaye, the Commissioner for the Family Unit in the Ministry of Gender and Social Development during a one-day workshop on the parenting agenda.
Lubega Bakaye, the Commissioner for Family Unit in the Ministry of Gender, revealed that corruption begins at home, which is why there is a need to empower parents and caregivers with a good parenting skills.
If you want to fight corruption, you shouldn't be reactive, that you found somebody who has stolen money and therefore when you put him in prison and therefore he's going to change. That one is not the best approach. The best approach is to nurture a person with those values that are going to enable that person to be a person of integrity, a person who is patriotic, a person who loves his country, who will not touch, who will not embezzle resources because he knows that this is my country and these resources are for the good of my country.
The main objective of the Parenting Agenda Consortium is to bridge the gaps in parenting practices across the country.
We have also led the development of the national standards for parenting programs. These documents are tools that government uses to check the quality of parenting interventions. The government uses to monitor and to ensure that all players who are doing parenting work are doing work in a way that does not harm the nation, does not harm the parents or the children. That everyone doing a parenting program does it in a way that is accountable and that this program adheres to national standards.
The Assistant Commissioner for the Family Unit at the Ministry of Gender and an icon of the Parenting Agenda Consortium, Ruth Muguta, was celebrated for her efforts. She recommended that government establish a comprehensive family policy to guide parenting in Uganda.
We need a family policy that will guide how the parenting should be done and what it can contribute to government. So as we have a draft family policy, there's a need to finalize the draft policy which will guide the parenting program, and through the parenting program we'll be able to guide implementers and stakeholders on how to implement parenting in Uganda.
The government is being urged to focus more on family issues as a way to address some of the crimes affecting the nation. Winnie Ainembabas Katwire for UBC.
We take a short break, but return with more stories after these messages.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when fueled with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Your car is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
The GGT Get a Got Talent Grand Finale we've all been waiting for is finally here. Join us this Saturday, December the 14th at 2 p.m. for the grand finale of the Get a Got Talent Star Search at the iconic UBC Auditorium in Kampala. This isn't just a talent show. It's a skill revolution of talent solutions. From the heart of the ghettos where dreams and skills are born, we are discovering and redefining talent as we tackle drug abuse, mental health, and empowering the next generation of game changers while fostering business and financial literacy. Kakati, who do you think will rise as the ultimate star of the first edition of GGT, the Ghetto Got Talent, by showcasing his or her Amanyi Gatalanta? Mark your calendar, Saturday, December the 14th, 2 p.m., UBC Auditorium. Be loud, be proud, and bring your energy. Let's make this a celebration of a lifetime. GGT Ghetto Got Talent is a concept of and organized by Brand Ambassadors 256 in proud partnership with
I Got a Talent. The world should see. Get us got talent. Get us got talent. Get us got talent.
Welcome back. Now into business. The Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation has called on Ugandans to embrace electromobility for environmental sustainability, efficiency and economic empowerment. This message was delivered by Alan Muhumuza, the team leader for mobility at the ministry during the launch of the Electrify Africa initiative by Simba Innovative Limited, which aims to revolutionize transportation across Africa.
These technologies that we are bringing in are all geared towards creating awareness and enabling the...
As the world transitions to cleaner energy and smart cities, e-mobility has emerged as a key solution. This trend addresses climate change challenges by reducing greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to global warming and air pollution.
Let's accelerate these solutions. When you breathe the air today in Kampala and you compare it to the air you're going to breathe when you go back for Christmas in the village, there's a difference. And that means if it continues business as usual, in the next few years ahead, Kampala is going to be unlivable.
The Electrify Africa initiative, a partnership between Simba Innovative Limited and the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, seeks to establish a reliable EV charger network to support this transition.
These are going to be individually owned chargers at individual private premises, but we hope in the future, as we build portability, because many players are coming in with different chargers, and we want our software to port with that charger, so that when you look it up on the app, you're able to find a fast charger.
E-mobility involves adopting electric-powered transportation technologies, including bicycles, scooters, motorcycles, and cars.
Just to see how we discuss and enrich each other and how we can improve each other as a sector, and I believe that's really progressive.
Alani Muhumuza encouraged the Ugandans to adopt the EV charging network, emphasizing its efficiency and the availability of tax incentives, including VAT exemptions for users.
Right now, Uganda has over 30 DC fast chargers with over 150 swapping stations across the country and 5 public charging stations. Government has also put in place specific incentives for this space. We have VAT exemption for charging infrastructure, as well as import duty exemption on the same. So in case you're paying import duties on these chargers, please let me know so that we can follow up and make sure you're not paying.
Representing Electrify Africa, Yusuf Kaiwa expressed optimism about the initiative, highlighting its alignment with the government's multi-billion shilling investment in sustainable energy solutions.
I've been to Jinja, a very big plant that can manufacture many parts of cars. These cars can be sold across Africa. The population of Africa is growing, which means that we are going to need cars in the future. And the cars of the future are not the ICE cars we are used to, the internal combustion engines.
The initiative aims to establish 10,000 charging depots across the country by 2040 to support electric transport modes.
Now, residents of Kazimoto Town Council have been encouraged to actively participate in farming, particularly beekeeping, due to the numerous benefits it offers. The president of Rotary Kazimoto, Kibaya Patrick, urged young people in the area to engage in farming and agriculture with a focus on beekeeping for a quicker and more abundant harvest.
Whereby one or two individuals can help one another to get themselves into the economic performance bracket and kick themselves out of the poverty levels. So we are trying to see how we can spread economic performance through beekeeping in the youths. That is basically why we are here as a Rotarian family, trying to get our heads and knowledge together such that we can more skill the youths through bee campaign.
Beekeeping, we have learned, is a lucrative enterprise which doesn't need a lot of input. You don't feed the bees, they feed themselves. You don't give them medicine, they don't fall sick, or if they do, we never know. So today we have come up with the concept of bringing together youth who are interested in beekeeping, and we'll be working with them, sharing our experiences, funding them where possible, so that we increase the enterprise of beekeeping in this area.
Over 300 manufacturers have registered to participate in this year's 9th Western Region Trade Fair, scheduled for the 17th to the 23rd of this month at Kacheka Stadium. Organized by the Uganda Manufacturers Association, the trade fair will run on the theme Facilitating Bubu through Innovation and Value Addition.
The new products. In this case, for Mbarara, we have motorcycles, including motorcycles that are charged with electricity, and people will be expected to come and see how they look like. Some of them will be worn through the raffle. We have a lot of other promotional materials that will be including in the draw. The raffle draw ticket costs 2,000, and once you buy it, you just throw it into the raffle basket, and it will be there every day. Will be rolling. If you don't win today, you win the subsequent day until the end.
And everyone, my name is Dax Kateo from Dieruba. I'm a performing act. First of all, when we're supposed to thank UMA at large. The last exhibition we had when UMA was making 30 years, you saw the awareness we did. For the music industry, lately, you see what is happening in the music industry. There is moral decay, a lot of things. Our cultures and norms are taken behind. But we take exhibitions as an opportunity, as platforms to create the awareness, to showcase who we are.
The association has celebrated 30 years of Uganda International Trade Fair. It's a coincidence that we are together, and we are happy and proud to be partnered with Uganda Manufacturers Association. This year we have supported UMA in all 3 editions of Uganda Trade Fairs, Eastern Region and Uganda International Trade Fair, and now the Western Region. So we feel it's a matter of proud for us also, being 30 years old company in the country, to let our people know what Crustanks is doing.
And into sports, the Pioneer Kilelesi Kachwa Golf Tournament has climaxed with action at Par 71 Entebbe Golf Club. This year's competition had 3 legs played at Chigo, Kampala and Entebbe, after which Akena triumphed with a 2-1-2 net score ahead of second-placed Philip Kasozi, who scored carded 216.
Weeks after triumphing at his own Meta Championship, Joseph Akena has won the 2024 Kilelesi Grand Kwacha Golf Championship. For his success, Akena took 3.2 million shillings, with the second-place Philip Kasozi bagging 2.1 million Uganda shillings.
I thank God because I started well. I started with an ego, but my opponent, who was ahead of me, he had a bogey. So I had 3 shots in 1 hole. So that gave me confidence to go through that event, because, okay, he's better than me at first, by the way. He's a professional, I'm an amateur. So I also give him that respect. But that start that I had helped me to play better than him today. Yeah.
This Kilelesi Kwacha Golf Championship that started as a joke in May this year has grown in stature and is now contested by the nation's top professionals and gross amateur players alongside a subsidiary category. This year's competition had 3 legs played at Kigo, Kampala and Entebbe, after which Akena triumphed with 212 net score ahead of second-place Philip Kasozi, who carded 216. Third and fourth placed Walter Tukahiru and Isaac Holiyogwang took 1.6 million shillings each, while a fourth placed Rodel Gaita Tadeo bagged 960,000 Uganda shillings.
The tournament has been great. Organization has been fine. The committee that has organized this tournament has done a fantastic job. We thank also the sponsors who have come through. They have been able to support the committee in some of the expenses that are required to make a good tournament. And overall, we also have to say thank you to the 3 golf courses that we have played One at Serena that we played on Monday. We played yesterday at the Uganda Golf Club, and today we played at Entebbe. All three courses have been in perfect condition.
This year alone, Akena has smiled to the podium as victor at the Mbale Open, Tana Memorial Open, Uganda Amateur Open Championship, Kakira Open, Meta Open, and now the Kireresi Grand Kwacha Local Tour. A total of 39 golfers from the professional and amateur ranks took part in this championship that was started in May and whose closing was graced by the Uganda Golf Union President, Dr. Jackson Were.
And that wraps it up here on UBC News Tonight. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto. Good night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
I am Captain Noah Opio. I am the